afternoon and Merry Christmas, Sheffield. My name is Mitch, and I think we should probably discuss the elephant in the room, and that is my rather magnificent moustache. Now, I know it looks a little bit reminiscent of a 19th century gentleman, but that wasn't the statement I was going for when I drew this on my face. Now, I decided that if I had this on my face, you would all know that I'm a man of some mystery, maybe a little bit of sophistication, a gentleman who knows and appreciates a good please and thank you. Instead, all it really tells you all is that I can't grow a beard. But I still wear it anyway. It's a nice little badge of honour. It tells me and tells everyone around me that I am a good British man. There's one thing that us British people like, and that is a good Christmas market. Has anyone been to a Christmas market this year? Fantastic, fantastic. Now, I love these Christmas markets. But I went to one this year with my mother, and there's one thing I kind of realised, and that's we spend 50% of the time queuing. Now, when I say this, I mean like you queue to get into the village, because when they made these little villages, and that's where all the best country Christmas markets are, they never thought in 200 years' time that we were all going to be riding across in iron horses across fields to come and enjoy their overly priced cheese. No, so we all have to budge and fight our way in. It becomes a bit of a scene like wacky races, as you all kind of dodge, dive and weave through these tiny little village streets, trying to find yourself a parking spot. And when you find that parking spot, you're not the only one who's found it, of course. No. There is another gentleman who's also found that same parking spot at the exact same time. So you do what I call the car cha-cha. Now, the car cha-cha is a very British thing. It's something that I think is pretty localised to us, and that's where you've got your parking spot, you see the parking spot, your hands are on the wheel, and you lock eyes with the other person who is going for the parking spots. Now, we are a very polite nation, and so we always have to start off with an after you, sir, as you lock eyes with them, and they think, ooh, maybe I can go in. That wouldn't be very British of me, no, so I'll say after you, sir. And so as they say after you, sir, you have to kind of like, again, feign ignorance, feign that you're not going to take that parking spot. You go, oh, really? This parking spot for me? Oh, I could never, please, after... well, okay, if you insist, I will take the parking spot. And so you pull yourself into the parking spot, you pull out the phone, and you realise that the reason they weren't fighting so hard after this parking spot was it was on the other side of the bloody village. Now, you have to use satellite navigation to try and navigate through this diagonal alley of a village to try and make it to this tiny little Christmas market. Now, you don't know where you're going, so you're winding your way through, and you honestly think that Santa Claus himself may reach the market before you do. Now, as you're making your way there and you find the queue and you join in and you start to kind of shuffle along like these little sardines that we are, you make your way to the entrance, and of course, that's where you learn the terrible secret. Because this Christmas market, they know that they're a little bit special. They know that we all travel around to come and find them. So, they decide that after you've queued up to enter, they will tell you this thing that they decided not to post up, not let us all know in advance, that we needed to buy a ticket. Now, can they sell you a ticket on this door in the queue that you have already queued up in? No, of course not. They've got a special little hut slightly to the right with its own special queue. So you get out to the first queue, you join the second queue, and as you've joined the second queue, you decide you can't really complain about the queuing because that's not a very British thing to do. So you again waddle your way through, trying to avoid the people on the back, hopping on the people on the front, getting in your lap. And as you get to the queue place and you buy your ticket, you enter into the beautiful Christmas market that you have spent all day dreaming of. And what is it that we are met with as we enter in through those gates? More fudging queues. The entire thing is a queue. In fact, we kind of have to do the little cha-cha or the can-can as we make our way through as one big group dance, trying to find these overpriced cheeses. Now, when I say there is a lot of queues, there is a lot of queues. And I mean that there is a queue for crafts, there is a queue for... There is a queue for cocoa and a queue for crafts. There's even a queue to evacuate one's arse. And so as you're trying to make your way down through this cha-cha, this queue, there are a few things that kind of make things a little bit easier for us. And that is that during this little Christmas market, we've pulled out all those horrible Christmas jumpers. And I love a good Christmas jumper. Not a good Christmas jumper, not one of these modern ones that look really nice with geometric shapes. No, I'm talking the horrible, tacky Christmas jumpers that we have kept hidden in the back of Fort Snox at the back of our wardrobe for 11 months. They're getting about until finally we parade them through these streets like it's Paris fucking Fashion Week. And of course, everyone has to take photos, so when they're taking these photos, your family decides to become like paparazzi, and they kind of interrupt everyone, and they don't care about these the British rules about queuing and everything, because we've started to forget about these things that make us great. And so they end up pausing in the middle of the queue, whilst they all kind of like take their poses with their Christmas jumpers out, and they all do that awkward smile. You know the one, the smile where their eyes are moving around because they know they've done wrong. They know they're doing the very un-British thing. They are breaking the rules. There is a queue here and they are not abiding by it. But I digress. They continue on, and as we... sorry about this. Yeah, I digress. As we move on, some of these queues, of course, are for... I'm not sure the brain fog is limited to just women. Thank you. So, like I said, I went with my mum, and my mum was, she was adamant that she wanted to try some of these cheeses, and I said to myself, there is no way in hell I'm paying the prices for these 4 times the retail price cheeses. How special can they be? And so, as I decided to go with her on the queue, I'm waiting behind this woman who is just the most infuriating definition of a queuer, because she has completely forgot the rules that when you get to the front of the queue, you buy something. No, she's decided to wait in this 10-minute long queue where we know that there is cheddar brie or Wensleydale at the end, and what she do, she decides to ask all these different questions. Like, what does this cheese taste like? It tastes like fucking cheese. Now, I, being a very British man, was holding in my anger, thinking, oh, how could you do this to us? We've waited 10 whole minutes and here you are in front of us, dithering about. Use your time wisely. And of course, I can't say anything, because again, very, very British. So as she moves on, and my mother decides to take the step at the front of the queue, I realise just how wrong I have been. Because as I see the wonderful cheeses that these guys have made, I think to myself that we've gone too far as a species. We don't need this many flavours of cheese. For example, they have blueberry gin cheese. Who needs blueberry gin? And lime and chilli. Now, the thing that really confused me was one of them is called redwood, as if we've all gone around and what we all really want our cheese to taste like is a tree. But I digress. As we kind of reached this spot, I just thought, you know what, I'm here, and they've decided that some of these flavours are so fantastic, they can't just give them a food name. They have to have real British names like Spitfire, Red Arrow. And again, with a moustache like this, I can't resist. So I take these samples and get my mind blown as I realise just how wrong I've been to question these hipster fucks. I won't say much about what happened there, but all I'll say is that I left that Christmas market with incredible amounts of debt, and now my fridge won't close from all the cheese. Now, thank you very much for being just a wonderful audience and listening to my awful story of Christmas cheeses and markets. But for now, I'm afraid I must dash.